What I Think About You by the DPS you main in Overwatch, Ashe. Are you even actually an Ashe player, or do you just think Bob's cool? Because if you're actually an Ashe player and there's a Mercy in the tri-state area, keep out of my matches. I'm scared of you. Bastion. Even though you think that it's fun and you play him because you're not sweating and don't want to learn the sweaty characters, you're actually the sweatiest person in that match without even trying to be, and there's probably a puddle forming around your feet.
18 naked cowboys in the showers at Ram Ranch.
Echo. This character is severely underrated, and in all honesty, I often forget anyone plays her, but when someone does, and does it well, trust me, I remember that son of a bitch. Nerf Genji. When someone plays Hanzo, and they do it well, it's terrifying. You think you're safe to come out of spawn, and the Geometry Major Hanzo player takes those damn storm arrows and bounces them off Johnny Sin's Chromium Domium straight into the back of your skull and makes you reconsider all the time you have in this game. Junkrat. There is no Geometry Major here. None needed either. Spam those little grenades generally towards a choke and you can expect at least a kill or two every fight. Not to mention when someone steps in that gross little trap you place off in Narnia, then you approach them menacingly while they weep for safety that will never come. Mei. In the most disrespectful, dishonorable, hateful, hurtful, painful way I can say this, I really hate you. You're not the biggest issue with the game right now, but I really hate you. The fact that Mei acts like a pseudo-tank in a game that now only has one tank is absolutely terrifying. And a good Mei that can aim that projectile does a ridiculous amount of damage. It's 150 per headshot. That is not okay. It's the same as Ashe. Not to mention her slow effect and her ultimate making you just sit there. It's better than it was in Overwatch 1 when her primary made you just sit there, but it's still not fun to play against. Pharah. Pharah mains are either disgustingly good for no apparent reason and can still run Pharah into a soldier and an Ashe that are both getting damage boosted and while she's discorded, or they get killed by a Doomfist. And there's very little in between for Pharah mains. Reaper. Honestly, high tier pick in my opinion, but nobody ever plays him. I genuinely wish I saw more Reapers in my matches, especially with tanks having so much more impact now, because Reaper can effectively kill a vast majority of them. It's really cool to see one in a match. Sojourn. Once again, in the most vile, disrespectful, dishonorable, hurtful way I can say this, you are the issue with the game. I hate you. You're the problem with the game because you ride the high of Sojourn being busted out the ass and think that you actually deserve the rank you're in. I've seen plat players go up to masters or higher when Sojourn was at her peak, but now that the nerfs are coming for her, I'm watching them drop like flies in my grandpa's house on Brussels sprout night. If you're gonna climb off a broken character, at least learn another so you're ready when the nerfs come. Soldier. An oldie but a goldie. Soldier can be either a deadly laser, or the recoil can kick them up into the stratosphere for some reason. It all depends on how good you are at that recoil control, but those of you that are good at it are scary good at it. And if you have a Mercy to damage boost you with your laser aim, I'm begging you, just keep out of my lobbies. Sombra. Sombra is honestly in what feels like a pretty weak spot right now. I don't mind it because of the characters I main getting fucked by her when she is strong, but I feel bad for Sombra mains in all honesty. They had their spotlight in season 1, but now suddenly nobody can even play her anymore because people see her as a throw pick again. I hope that Blizzard finds a happy medium because honestly she's a fun and flexible pick, but just so weak right now. Symmetra. Symmetra mains are scary. You never know what you're gonna find when there's a sim in your lobby. Sometimes they're freaks of nature that can pull off turret bombs 100% of the time, and other times you'll see their turrets flying into the stratosphere. What's really scary is how committed these players are to sim. They have a damn subreddit for the sim mains.
Oh my god, bro. Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck, man?
Torbjorn. He's such an underrated character. He's ridiculously good in all honesty. That shotgun does high close range damage, the hot Cheeto gun gives him some very strong range pressure that can deal high damage. His ability to give him more health and speed is so overlooked as a great escape or engage tool, and even just a tool to use mid-fight if you almost lose, but then suddenly you have half your hit points back and shoot quicker. It's scary to face. That turret also makes for an amazing anti-flank tool that's super annoying to Tracers, Genjis, Sombras, and every other flanker in the game trying to get their grubby little paws on your backline Widowmaker or Ana. Tracer. Tracer players can blink around at Mach 60 managing their cooldowns just well enough that it feels like they never don't have blink up, and when they don't, of course, they have recall. Bad Tracers though? They run out of blinks right away and are just a 150 health pinata for either team to gang up on and kill. Nothing I love more than seeing a Tracer triple blink into my team after using recall only to sit there and go,
I'm in danger.
Widowmaker. If you're a Widowmaker player, I'm begging you. When you say, if it doesn't work, I'll swap, actually follow through on that promise. Just because you got a kill once before they knew we had a Widowmaker does not mean you're going to get any more. Sure, some of you are actually absolutely insane and will rack up 20 or more opening picks or even just win a team fight yourself, but that is far from all of you, and most of you just end up not tossing the game, not throwing the game, not lobbing the game, but treating the game like it's an Olympic match of shot put and your goal is to throw that damn thing as far as you humanly can. It's almost impressive, honestly. Almost.